Hey everyone and welcome back. So I wanted to do a very quick video. It's actually going to be a lot quicker than I would normally do these, mainly because I'm not feeling good today. Unfortunately, I do have a very slight sinus infection, which is why I'm getting some of these headaches for the last couple days. But I could not let a couple days pass without mentioning these because obviously we do have some new announcements from Shout Factory and / Scream Factory. And they are their May releases, and honestly, they deserved me to kind of push through and get this video out. Coming out May 17th is the Brian De Palma film Femme Fatale. Now, that's one I'm excited about. I've actually never seen. It's one of the few Brian De Palma films I've not seen, even though I wanted to. Extras are still in the works for that, so those will be announced down the line, but hopefully they can get Brian De Palma even in just an interview. I'd really like to hear his thoughts on it. Next up is one that I think is long overdue, and that is the film The Ghost and the Darkness with Michael Douglas and Val Kilmer. That's a really good film if you've never seen it, and that is coming May 10th. And again, extras are in the works, but I think that had like a commentary track or something already. Maybe that could be ported over, but anyway, it'd be interesting to see what they can get for it. And now we get to the new 4K titles that are coming out in May, and this first one is the one I'm going to eat a whole lot of crow on, as I mentioned in the previous video when I was talking about the Arrow releases and their upcoming release, 4K release of Candyman. And I was like, I don't know who's going to release it here in the States, but it's probably not going to be Scream Factory. Well, guess what? It is indeed Scream Factory, and in fact, a couple of these are actually Sony titles. I was kind of wondering, like, I don't think Sony is actually licensing out any of their films. Well, guess what? That has changed. And indeed, coming May 24th is the original Candyman. It's going to be a 4K release and a Blu-ray with included Blu-ray. It's porting over all the extras from before. I think the only new extras actually will have a new interview with actress Vanessa Williams, and it is going to have, outside of a new transfer, in 4K on both, obviously for the 4K disc, but also the included Blu-ray will also have the new transfer. It is also going to have a new Dolby Atmos track. And speaking of another one from Sony, the next 4K release is the movie The Craft, which again, just like with Candyman, looks like it's porting over all their extras from their previous Blu-ray release, but it does have a new 4K restoration that was done by Sony, and that is due out May 17th. One I'm both excited and actually disappointed by is actually a new 4K release coming May 24th of Tobe Hooper's Life Force. Now, Life Force is a film that has really grown on me over the years. Now, I'm excited that this is getting a 4K release, but unfortunately, the 4K disc is only going to have the original theatrical cut, not the director's cut. And I do think the director's cut is the better version of the film. Now, it is going to be included on a Blu-ray, and that Blu-ray, I think, actually does match the Steelbook that they put out about like 2-3 years ago or something. Now, unfortunately, their excuse for not having the director's cut in 4K is because the director's cut uses footage that was taken from Interpositive, so it's technically not going to look as good as the stuff from the theatrical cut, which of course would is coming from the original camera negative. Now, personally, I don't care, even if there is a slight shift in quality when it gets to the extended scenes. I would rather have the director's cut in 4K, but unfortunately, we're not going to get that, so I must admit, I'll probably end up getting this release, but it's sort of low on my bar at this point because it doesn't have the director's cut. And then finally, one obviously I'm super excited about is coming on May 17th is, of course, John Carpenter's Escape from New York in 4K. And there are 3 different packages that you can get if you want to get it from Scream Factory directly. So it is porting over all the extras that were on their previous release. And now the 4K version on this is actually going to be the Studio Canal restoration, and whether or not it has a new compression or it's literally the exact same file, I don't know. Now, the Studio Canal release was a good release, and its only fault was that very minor compression issues, but they're still there. I do have to mention that. Now, the question is, though, is if you already have the Studio Canal release, do you need to upgrade? Obviously I do, because Escape from New York is one of my favorite films, but for others, you may want to weigh that. Now, obviously, the regular release for all of these will be up on Amazon and other places pretty soon. They're all up for pre-order right now at Scream Factory, and there are, obviously, if you order from them, you get, at least the 4K releases anyway, you do get, a poster, while those while supplies last. And what I do like is that they're posters of the original poster artwork, which I do appreciate. Now, in regards to Escape from New York, so obviously there's the version that where you get the movie and the poster, but much like their previous releases of Prince of Darkness, They Live, Halloween, you actually also have another bundle, which you get the movie, the poster, as well as a 7-inch LP album, which has newly recorded music. So on one side, I believe, has the main theme, and the other side has, what is the name of that track? I'll look it up in 1 second. A new recording of the track 69th Street Bridge, which I believe is one of the tracks towards the end of the film. And then finally, there is also one massive bundle, which includes the movie, the poster, the record album, as well as an exclusive pin set. Obviously, if you know me, like I said before, Escape from New York, one of my favorite films. So yes, I did go for the full bundle to get everything. Although I will say, as nice as this pin set is, I don't think it's worth an extra like $60. Technically, that massive bundle should have something else in it. That's just my opinion. It's a little bit overpriced. Now, that being said, obviously, I did go ahead and order it. But I'd say your best bang for the buck, I mean, if you're interested in getting the music album like I am, I mean, obviously the $60 one with the movie, the poster, and the album, I think is like a pretty good, decent deal. But naturally, I did have to go for the big bundle because, I don't know, I kind of feel like because it's Escape from New York, like if I didn't, I think some of you would be like, it's really one of your favorite films and you didn't go for the bundle. It's like, yeah, guilted myself paying more. So those are the May releases. A lot more 4K titles coming, and I'm pretty sure there are a lot more coming for you know, the months ahead as well. So definitely let me know your thoughts on these. I will try and get back to videos and comments and everything as soon as I can. Sometimes it's like these headaches are sort of coming and going with this sinus infection, so it may be a couple days. But again, let me know your thoughts, and I will see you on the next one.